Hey guys, and thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Doing Better with Bree. And today, y'all, we have some things to discuss. If you're new to my channel, thank you for joining. I'm new as well, so go ahead and like, share, and subscribe for the algorithm. So for today, I'm going to show you guys a DIY that I did for a rose bundle. I'm going to put that in the first part of the video. But the second part, we're going to talk about something that kind of disturbed me that happened with a young African-American girl. So I found out some last minute sad news that the leasing office manager where I live is leaving. She decided to tell me the day before she was deciding to go. Side note, come to find out, it wasn't willingly. The company was switching everybody out and the entire staff was leaving. So I definitely felt slightly ghetto walking in with just one bouquet for just the manager, but it is what it is. Now let's get into it. I got these roses from Publix, 3 for $12. I got 6 of them. They are the mini roses, which are the 3-head single stem. And at this point, I'm just going ahead with my mini shears and de-leafing and de-thorning the roses. If you see me talking, I'm listening to NBA Youngboy being cute and on live. This is a total vibe right now. I got me some drink. It's a nice day, doing girly stuff. Like, I live for this, y'all. Together now, you guys do not be like me and not wear no gloves. These mini roses got mini thorns all over them and they will hurt. Okay, I'm trying to thug it because I'm too deep in on the camera at this point, but in real life it was hurting, so you might catch a glimpse of me making an owie face, and that is why. Yeah, there it go right there. Look at me. So at this point, I'm just grabbing them up, trying to get that bouquet look. Y'all, I'm not a professional. I'm literally DIYing the last minute with a couple of dollars in the bank. Okay, let's just make something cute happen here, and we're gonna see how it turns out. Okay, I know you can't see what I'm doing right here, but I'm literally just folding the little bouquet paper that came in the Amazon set into a triangle. Y'all, please use clear tape. This was looking slightly ghetto, but we're already too deep in. So we're just going to place the bouquet in the center and wrap it around the best way that we can. Once again, you guys, I'm not a professional. I'm just doing this because, you know, trying to be cute. So like I said, I'm literally just wrapping it and taping it, wrapping it and taping it, and trying to hide the tape as best as possible. At this point, I have messed up, and I'm probably just going to take it off, you guys. You're going to see me take it off and be like, nah, that's not it, and do it again. Yeah, we're going to do it again. And sometimes this process might take you more than once. You guys look up somebody else in order to get the perfect folding. This ain't that. I'm not in love with this person. I'm just trying to be cute here, okay? So if you really gonna DIY this or do this for somebody, make sure you really look up how to fold the paper properly, because I did not. Now, if you're going to ever try this, you got to get the entire set. It came with paper, mini roses, and 3D butterflies that I'm going to show you guys in a second. At this point, I'm just putting the inserts into the head of the roses the best that I can, making sure not to overdo it, and watch out for the long needle on the end. Like I said, it came with 3D butterflies. I'm just going to open it up. It has some double-sided tape or little stickies in there. You're going to fold them into position and then just gently place them anywhere that you want on the bouquet. I like to put them on the gems, the flowers, and on the paper, as you will see here. At this point, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do, if I'm going to add more paper or add more butterflies. I decided to add more paper to give it a more fuller, defined, look. Like I said, DIY, the ghetto version. Don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. Y'all tell me how it came out in the comments. So at this point, I'm making the big mistake of trying to add more paper. Don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to give it a more fuller bouquet look. Like I said, I've never done this for real before, and I got the entire set off Amazon for less than $25, and it's something that I wanted to try. You know how girls are. We just like doing girly projects. So this was the perfect time to pull this out and have a reason to do it for somebody. I did okay. You guys tell me what you think in the comments. Let's get ready for the reveal here. All right, and look at that. I put that little comment because I posted this online. Now, I don't have all of the details, but from what I do know, this young girl was on some type of field trip for a summer camp to a courtroom. Maybe this was some type of diversion class. I'm not sure what kind of field trip goes to the courtroom, but hey, that's where they went. Now, on this field trip, the young girl was falling asleep. She was falling asleep, and the judge decided that was unacceptable, and he wanted to teach her a lesson. So what did this judge do? He decided to lock her up, put her in cuffs, and send her to juvenile detention as some form of scared straight. This traumatized the young 15-year-old girl because she's already going through so much. She doesn't have a stable home. She's in either group home shelters or moving around from hotel to hotel. That was confirmed by her mother, who later did an interview with the newscast telling them that her daughter was traumatized. And the mom was in tears on the show saying that she's a single mother. I'm sorry, not on the show, but on the news, saying that she was a single mother, that life is really hard for her. She's doing her best. And her daughter was falling asleep because she doesn't have a stable place to lay her head. Now, in the clip, the judge did say, fall asleep when you go home and lay in your bed. Now, this triggered the girl because she didn't have a home to go home to or a bed to lay in. And if we being honest, y'all, that judge is dead wrong for saying that. So, social media ate him up. They ate him up, child. They ate him up. And they dismissed him from his position in order to take an empathy training. Now, I worked in HR, and they do have us take empathy classes, sympathy courses, because you have to deal with different type of situations on the daily. A lot of people were also trying to stick up for the judge and saying, well, he deals with knuckleheads on the daily, that his job is hard, it's tough. And it is. I'm sure that it is. But we have to remember to remain sensitive to those who have not had a great start in life. Now, granted, he did not know that about the girl's background, and he even offered to be a mentor to her. And it's not given for me. Now, at this point, I'm going to just need him to go ahead and take his L, apologize, and get out the way. This is a job for a young Black woman, preferably in her 30s. Ladies, if you have time, if you don't have any children, if you are looking for something that is fulfilling, be a mentor to girls in your neighborhood. Women's shelters, go up there. See some of these young girls, talk to them. You can help them maybe even start a business. Some of these girls are talented. They just don't have the resources or the capital to get started. They don't have a place to do it. If you gave them a safe space to maybe come around you a couple hours out of the week, or to learn or to train or to teach them something, some type of resourceful skill, or just to be a shoulder to cry on when things get tough, it means a lot to them, and they feel like they can continue to strive to be great another day, even through their circumstance. Now, I was one of those girls, like at one point in life, just vulnerable moment. I didn't connect well with my parents. Life was very crazy. It was a lot of children in the house. My parents ended up having complete separate sets of kids later in life when me and the older siblings were older. So there's a lot of noise and a lot of attention being taken away from the older children in the house because the younger ones needed help more, obviously. But in that situation, being not only one of a lot of kids, I felt alone a lot of times, and there were things I wanted to talk about that I didn't have nobody I felt like in my family that even had time to listen to me. And I wish that I had a mentor to maybe help me through that time. I elevated my mindset and myself because I decided to put in the work into me. But trust and believe, your girl was up in juvie. I was constantly in ISS, constantly in trouble, constantly getting called home, skipping school, being with boys, doing stuff I had no business doing, getting tattoos for $25 from somebody daddy who needed test dummies to do it. I don't know. Y'all, life was lifing at that young, vulnerable age. I wanted to be anywhere but home because home was not home. Even though I even had a bed to lay in, things were so chaotic in my house that I literally looked for any outlet that I could. And they were not positive, y'all. They were not positive. I'll tell you now. None of the outlets outside of the sports that I was in, because I did do sports, but at one point I couldn't because I wasn't showing up to school. I was having truancy issues. So once that was going out of my life, it's just like, I'm just out here in the wind. I'm just out here. And that's a really bad place to be as a woman, as a young girl, just out here. The hurt, the pain. I've attempted to mentor a few different girls. And when I say attempted, I'm a mother myself. So I've just taken most of my energy when it comes to guidance and put it into my kids. I use a different type of tactic. Like, I let them know what mom really has gone through. Like how grisly it really got. How down and out I really felt emotionally. And how I felt like I had nobody to connect with. And how I felt like there was more kids than parents around. Y'all, when your kids get to outnumbering y'all by large amounts, and y'all like, oh, we'll be great, we'll be here for all your kids. There's somebody somewhere that's lacking and is getting through the cracks, that's going through a lot of stuff, and y'all it's getting under your nose. You're not even noticing it. See, I'm the mom, I'm paying attention to how my kid moves, walks, talks, asking them how their day was after school every day. Talking to them, having motivational talks, telling them about how they could tighten up every day, how to be better every day, how to maneuver through the system every day, trying to just be an active parent, be physically there, and not allow myself to keep having children and not having the time to put into them. Because that's sad to say, a lot of us Black girls, when we come from some of these homes, and not saying my home was horrible, but even if it wasn't horrible, a lot of us had a lot of siblings. And, you know, some people have that middle child syndrome and that older child syndrome. And it is real. Like, people are treated different in the house, and they have different experiences based on how they were born, when they were born, how many kids are in the house, things of that nature, what jobs their parents had while they had all these children. Were they active? Were they not active? Did they just provide a roof and no comfort? These girls and guys, but we talking to the black girls right now, are lost. And y'all got time to help. If you got kids, pay attention to your kids. And sometimes you be having kids that don't be your kids. Your kids start bringing other kids around. You find out that kid ain't got a really great home, and that become your kid too. Like, nurture back your community. Nurture back. It is our job as women to nurture things around us. Bring light, love, and positivity to those who are having a hard time. It is our job as women to do that. And then what really got me was that the judge was like, oh, I know I made a mistake, but let me go ahead and offer my mentorship. Like, no, back all the way up. Back all the way up. This is a job for a black woman, maybe one who had a rougher start in life and still turned out to be successful. Someone needs to step up to the plate and maybe be here more for these black girls in these streets, because it's not going very well for them. And all it takes is one person to change somebody's life, and you could be that person today. If you got time, you can make a way. If you're a mom, just invest more in your kids. But this is unacceptable for you to think that you're going to embarrass her and then offer your mentorship to her. I mean, you could try, and if she would be willing to accept it, okay. But honestly, I think this is a job for a woman that's more in tune with reality, that's more in tune with what young women are going through as far as bullying, as far as pressures from boys, pressures to be more attractive every day, you know, girls, pettiness and drama, and also trying to figure out the financial aspect of it, because part of this girl's issue is financial. Her mother isn't in a financially good place. So for girls like this, they always try and find a way out financially. What can you teach this girl to give her the skills and the resources to take her to the next level so that she does not have to suffer like her mother is? She's going through what she's going through, sad to say, because of her mother. Her mother is not in a well-off position, therefore she's dragging her kids through the situation with her. And even though she is getting whatever resources and help and put her daughter in this program, I hate programs that take kids to jails and things like that. That's not good. We need more programs that do things like botany and teaching kids to grow things. You know, I'm into plants and teaching them gardening and resources that can actually benefit their life, or barbering, or maybe lash tech, teaching girls to be lash tech. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't see that going anywhere. That industry where girls will be adding on, you know, materials and things to their body, I don't see that going anywhere. But teaching these girls beauty things and things like that, there's not many of those programs out here still. These programs now are divergent programs. Like, this is the jail, don't go there. Like, okay, great, but what else should I do? You should be a good kid. Okay, how? How do I stay busy? Where can I go? The Boys and Girls Clubs are not getting the funding. They're shutting down all over the city. Some are coming back in certain places. I went to one where they did a, you know, genius project but normally these things are not, they're not everywhere. They're not available where they need to be available. But I don't know, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. And if you are a mentor, I would definitely love to hear your story. If you are a mom who just is very involved in your child's life, I'd love to hear those things as well. Please comment, like, and share. And don't forget, you just need to do 1% better than you did yesterday, okay? Thanks for watching.